Hi everyone, David MacDonald here from Vitality Fitness Calgary, and today what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys a really good perspective on accomplishing your health and fitness goals. One of the biggest obstacles that hold many people back from achieving their goals is a lack of consistency and a lack of follow through. Most of us know what we need to do to reach our goals, but it's that consistent follow through, and that's the area where we all struggle. I mean, I'm going to put myself in there. That's one of the biggest things I struggle with, is following through on a consistent basis. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you guys a little bit of an analogy that you can start using if you feel yourself struggling with your health and fitness goals, or you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, you don't feel like you're making progress, or maybe you feel like your progress is really slow. It's going at a snail's pace. It's not happening fast enough. That's another common thing we hear is it takes so long to start making progress, and God, I wish I could speed this up, and I'm only losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, which is actually great progress. But that desire for instant gratification that we all have can really be a detriment in helping us reach our goals. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a perspective and a little bit of an analogy that can really help you get you through those times where you feel discouraged and you feel like, maybe like giving up, or you're not seeing the progress that you want to see, or it's not coming fast enough. So what I wrote here is why fitness is like investing money. And when we look at investing money, we can draw many parallels to investing money and to accomplishing your health and fitness goals. So if we look at investing money, one of the reasons why we invest money is so we can grow our money, so we can accumulate more down the road, so we can have enough money for retirement, or maybe we want to put our kids through college, maybe we want to travel, maybe we want to have passive income, we don't want to have to work for the next 40 or 50 years, or maybe we want to have enough passive income where we can work part-time. Those are usually the reasons people invest their money, because they want to grow the current money that they have, and they want to grow it and multiply it in the future. So if we look at investing money, one of the biggest things that we all have an advantage of, and we can all take advantage of, is what's called the power of compounding. Okay, and the power of compounding involves using time as your greatest resource. Okay, Albert Einstein was once quoted as saying that compounding is quite possibly one of the greatest things that man has discovered, the power of compounding. And I firmly agree with him on that when it comes to investing, and also when it comes to fitness, which we're going to discover a little bit later on. But when we look at compounding, compounding is very powerful because it's a great way to multiply your gains over years, decades, and over a lifetime when you're wanting to grow your money and grow your investments. And one of the best ways that you can compound or take advantage of compounding is by investing in stocks. Okay, taking a percentage of your money that you make every month, putting it in an investing account, investing in a very reputable, reliable company, and that pays really good dividends, that is going to be safe, and that over time is going to make you a lot of money. So dividends and stocks are a great way to take advantage of compounding. With stocks, you also get to take advantage of what's called capital appreciation. So if your stock price goes up, if you bought it at $10 and it increases to $20, you also get to reap the rewards of that as well. But the main reason you want to invest in stocks is for compounding and for dividends, and you can reinvest the dividends that you get paid out from the stock. So if we took $500 a month, which is a good amount of money, but it's not a lot if we look at the bigger picture, which is about $6,000 a year. And we were going to invest that for the next 35 years. So I'm going to put this into a little calculator here, compound interest calculator. And let's say we already have $6,000 in the bank right now, that we've invested in stocks. Okay, so $6,000 currently, we add another $6,000 every year. And let's say between dividends and between capital appreciation, we have an annual growth rate of 10%. That's actually very common if you invest in a reliable stock. If you invest in something like Royal Bank or Scotia Bank, you're probably going to get about 8 to 10% in total growth every year if you average it out. Okay, so let's say we get a 10% annual growth in our stock, and let's say that we are going to do this over 35 years. So for the next 35 years, this is the plan that we're going to follow. And I'm gonna hit calculate. We're gonna compound that interest annually. And our total nest egg that we have is $1.957 million. Okay, so if we do this over the span of 35 years, we're actually gonna be sitting on a nest egg of close to $2 million. And that's not even taking into account if we have more than a 10% growth rate, and if we even look at adding in maybe a couple extra dollars every single month. So maybe 15 years down the road, we decide, hey, you know what, I have some extra money lying around. Why not increase that $500 a month to say $700 a month? And that's gonna speed up that compounding. Okay, the main takeaway from doing this is that when you follow a consistent plan, and when you follow a plan that's reliable and that you know that works and that you know is gonna get you to your goals, and you do it over the span of a lot of time, whether that's months, years, and decades, you're eventually gonna reach your goals, and you're gonna make a lot more progress than what you think. So if you look at investing $500 a month, it doesn't sound like a lot, okay? To most people, it's probably, you know, it's not a whole lot of money. How am I ever gonna reach my goals? Well, if you take that money and you multiply it over years and you take advantage of compounding and you're consistent about it, then that is gonna really, really multiply, and that is gonna give you a big nest egg at the end of those 35 years. Okay, and that's one of the biggest things we all have advantage of, is the power of compounding and the power of time. And that's why with investing, one of the biggest recommendations I'm sure you've gotten from one of your advisors, if you see one, is start soon, start early, start when you're young. And the reason why they recommend that is so you can take advantage of the power of compounding. Now, we're gonna relate this back to fitness. We're gonna relate it back in the manner of consistency. When you follow a plan, whether that's a diet plan, a nutrition plan, an exercise plan, or a combination of both, and you do it consistently over weeks, months, years, and decades, you're gonna see massive change and you're gonna see massive transformation. But the key is following it, implementing it, and doing it consistently and not veering off course. You know, if we were to go back to our investing example, and I was to say, you know, at the end of 2 years, you know what? I'm gonna stop this whole investing thing. You know, my money isn't growing quick enough. I'm not getting the return that I want. I'm not seeing the results that I want. You know, it's not happening fast enough. I'm gonna put my money in something else. I'm gonna put my money in a, you know, some kind of get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I could do that, and I could take my money out and I could put it into something that's probably gonna be higher risk. Higher reward always equals higher risk. And I also risk the chances of losing all of that money, or I could follow a consistent plan that I know is gonna work and that I know is gonna get me to my end destination. Okay, so that's the kind of thinking that you wanna start to use. So likewise, if we go back to our fitness example, you can look for that quick weight loss solution that promises 20 pounds of weight loss in the next 30 to 60 days, or you can take the more long-term approach and apply a certain set of principles, 3 to 5 really key principles, and apply that over a long period of time, and you are more likely to be successful. The success is going to be permanent, it's going to be long-term, and you aren't going to go back to old habits. Okay, so that's where fitness and investing are very similar. Now we're to look at real numbers. Let's say that you're wanting to lose weight, and let's say you lose 4 pounds of body fat every single month, and you do that for the next 2 years. Okay, so let's take 4, and we're gonna multiply it by 12, so 12 months in a year. That's 48 pounds a year. Okay, we multiply that by 2 years. That's 96 pounds. That's a lot of weight. 96 pounds over 2 years, and that is only because we've been consistent. That shows the power of consistency. Okay, much like investing, when we invest our $500 a month, and we do that for 12 months of the year, and we do that over 35 years, and we take advantage of compounding and dividends earned and capital appreciation, okay, we're ending up with a nest egg of almost $2 million. Okay, Okay, much of the same applies here. We apply sound nutrition, we eat healthy, we exercise regularly, we do this consistently every single week, every single month, throughout the year. Over the span of 2 years, we lose our 4 pounds. Over those 12 months, 48 pounds a year times 2 years, 96 pounds. This is our nest egg. Okay, this is our fitness nest egg, is 96 pounds. And it's powerful stuff, but the key, it's being consistent, it's following through, and it's doing this on a consistent basis and not stopping and getting distracted with another get-rich-quick scheme or a weight loss scheme or lose 20 pounds in 20 days scheme. It's staying consistent and it's staying focused. And that's where fitness and investing your money is very much the same. And the other thing we gotta look at is 4 pounds a month is very achievable. It's very doable. That's actually on the low end of the spectrum. If we multiply this by 2, okay, much like if we decided, 15 years in, I'm gonna add another $200 a month to my investing account for $700 a month. That's gonna multiply and magnify those gains on the other end. When we have our 35-year nest egg, we're probably gonna be over $2 million with that change. Likewise, if we multiply this effort, if we decide, I'm gonna add in more activity, I'm gonna get even more strict with my nutrition, and we lose an extra pound every single week, we multiply that by 12, we multiply that by 2, that's 96 pounds in a year, multiplied by 2 years. I gotta do some quick math here. Let me see. What do we got here? 95. So that's about 2. I need some help with my math, Rochelle. 192 pounds. Okay? And that's provided that you need to lose all of that weight. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Close enough. Yeah. Okay? So 96 times 2 years is 192 pounds. So if you're someone, that's say 350 pounds, okay, if you're consistent and you follow through for the next 2 years, you could lose between 96 and 192 pounds. Okay, and that just shows the power of consistency. Now, we don't even have to apply this from a weight loss standpoint. We could apply this from a fitness standpoint, a strength standpoint, an energy standpoint. We could apply this to a core strength standpoint. We want to increase core strength. If you're consistent and you do the things that you need to do over long periods of time, okay, by the time we get to 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to see insane results. You're going to see massive progress. And that's where fitness is very similar to investing money. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this video. I know I kind of went on a bit of a ramble, a bit of a tangent here, but it's very important for you guys to make that switch in your mind and just really change that mentality. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Weight loss and sustaining weight loss and making change permanent is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term investment, and you need to take advantage of the power of compounding and the power of time. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. And remember, fitness is very much like investing money. It's a long-term play. We'll see you guys again.